Good morning. My name is Michelle Beckler. I am a student at Grand Canyon University, and I have to do a video on the disposition that I possess that makes me a successful teacher. I have a little background. I have been teaching, although not professionally, since 2007. I homeschooled my two daughters from the grades of kindergarten through ninth grade. In ninth grade, it became apparent that I needed to go back to work. So I went back to work and put them in an online platform for homeschool. They succeeded, and I would do data chats with them. I have been a self-contained teacher in a self-contained room, which means all of my kids stay in my room. They have lower cognitive levels, so things are a little bit different. But I also have an IEP caseload that I see kids from general education, and they will come in for help, and they will come in for information, and they will even come in. I have a couple classes with general education students in my room. I think one of the most important things is commitment to student success. I build vast relationships with my students and their parents, especially the self-contained with the parents. The students are nonverbal, so it's a little bit difficult to build a relationship with them, but we do have a good relationship. And the gen ed students that come in, I build a really great relationship with them, get to know them so that they feel comfortable talking to me, they feel comfortable asking questions and things like that. I have a lot of communication skills, a lot of empathy, because I certainly understand a lot more of what some of these high school kids are going through and what is going on in their lives, that I can try and guide them to the right path of where they need to be educationally, and sometimes personally they ask questions and I try and answer. I do believe cultural competency for respect for diversity is very important, because different ethnicities have different ways of thinking about things or different ways and rules in their houses. So I try and be very respectful of that. Excuse me. I have a professionalism and ethics. I have a high standard of ethics because I believe in integrity, that you should always do stuff, even like nobody's looking, you should still act the same way, whether it's rules or the law or anything. You should always have a respect for professionalism and ethics. I need to work on a lot of things. I think one of them in my classroom, I would not say classroom management because I don't have those types of behaviors, but I do have things where sometimes my time management gets away from me because the students will have a disability and they'll act out, or one of them has a seizure, and that throws off my whole day on how I'm teaching and what I'm doing. Reflective practices, I try to take time every couple of days, if not at least every week. I sit with my paraprofessional and we talk about what went right for that week and what went wrong and what we need to maybe change up and how we may be able to do things a little bit different. I do need to work more on collaboration with my colleagues because there's a total of 6 self-contained teachers in this school, and we do meet once a week for what they call a PLC, which we are supposed to be planning and learning and things like that. A lot of times it doesn't end up like that, so I would like to see more of that, and I'm trying to work more on that. I think that a professional educator acts the same in the sense of having integrity, having the commitment to the students, and I know a lot of my peers do not have that. They are surprised that I have a relationship with my students, even my general education students who come into my room, and they have walked into my room and they see these kids working. And these kids in their room don't work. They sit on their phone, they do nothing, but I have a relationship that I help them to go further and say, what do we need to work on? What are you behind? How can I help you? And then they communicate with me what they need, and they let me help them. The standards I use to guide are the National Education Standards, the Code of Ethics for Educators. I do reflect. I am also currently in a training for HRT, Highly Reliable Teacher, which has a lot of these same things that we're discussing in this class. right now about ethics and everything else that I'm working on and how I'm teaching. That's it. Have a great day. Thank you.